In 2008, I was attending night school at CALC, and one day I was about 40 minutes early for class, so I decided to go smoke a little joint I had on me. I walked down behind the school and over the little walking bridge that goes over the DVP on ramp, and found a little area off the main trail that goes out to Riverdale Park. I lit my little joint and took some tokes when an older Asian man in his late 50s or early 60s walked up to where I was chilling. I figured he was just out on a walk. He had a little grocery bag in his hand wrapped around something, and he smiled and nodded at me. I used to be super friendly, so I smiled back. I decided to walk out of there and find somewhere else to smoke before class. As I walked down the trails, he began to follow me. I even started taking trails that made no sense, and I even went in a circle, but he still followed. Now he was fiddling a lot with the bag in his hand. I walked back out to the main trail where there were people, and he still followed me all the way down the trail out to the park. He seemed to lose interest in me and started looking at some flowers and stuff, so I walked a bit further and finished my smoke. At this point, I thought he might be a cop or something, because at the time I am an in-shape 18-year-old male, full punk gear, tattoos. I mean, people thought I was scary, and there were women walking alone on the small trails with headphones on, so why would he want to attack me? Either way, I was feeling uneasy. Once I was done smoking, I began to walk back up the trail towards the school. He started following me again. As I sped up, he sped up. As I slowed down, he slowed down. I stopped to tie my combat boots tighter, and he even stopped. By now, I'm back at the little walking bridge and see two random joggers stopping to take a break. I walk up to them pretending I know them, but low-key explain what's happening. They played along for me and the guy went off into the wooded area. I decided to walk back over the bridge to class. The man never stopped staring at me from the forest as I walked over the bridge. I kept looking back as I walked on the cement path that goes along the field behind the school. I was at least a solid 75 or 100 meters away from the walking bridge, and he still wasn't in sight or following me. I figured he had finally fucked off and I was good, so I took one last look back, very far from the bridge now, and didn't see him. I put in my earbuds and started listening to music to calm me down. Within 30 seconds of listening to my music, it cut out due to a phone call from my girlfriend. When this happened, I suddenly heard footsteps close behind me and spun around, only to see the same man who I thought was gone, now just 5 feet behind me. I ran up the stairs to see my classmate at the time, Warren. I throw off my bag and studded jacket and was ready to fight if needed. He walks past us, up the path to Danforth, always looking at us. I felt sick to my stomach. It was as if he was smiling to let me know I was lucky I got away from him. He had his hand in his grocery bag, fiddling with something. He took off behind the school and was gone. I reported it to the school in case he went after any other students. I didn't see him when I left school that night, but 2 weeks later he was in the paper, arrested for masturbating on the subway while holding a woman at knife point. He was wearing the same shirt in his mugshot the night he was following me. Okay, a little backstory. This was 1992 or 1993. I was 18, just graduated from high school, and recently got married to my ex-husband. Anyways, I was working at a convenience store, one that specializes in ice cream as its main focus. I worked my way up from ice cream clerk to assistant manager. I had started my shift at 3 p.m. and had to close the store at midnight, but typically don't finish till 1 or 1:30 a.m. I had some paperwork to do, clean, stock, etc. The clerk that was supposed to clean with me had an emergency, so I was stuck doing the whole shift by myself. It was a fairly steady stream of customers during the afternoon, and everything went great. Fast forward to about 8 p.m., the customers started slowing down, so I was able to do some of my work. Then this man stumbles in at about 8 p.m. and went straight to the beer cave. I could smell the alcohol on him as he walked by me. He was about 6'3", dressed in a tuxedo. I made small talk with him, as it was just he and I in the store. He told me he was at a wedding reception down the road and they ran out of beer. I made my way to the register and waited. I knew I had to refuse the sale because he was already inebriated. Anyways, he gets to the register and places the alcohol on the counter. I grabbed the cases and started putting it beside me, behind the counter, and I said to the man, "I'm sorry, sir, but I can't sell you this, as you seem very intoxicated." Within seconds, he started screaming, yelling and threatening me that he was going to hurt and torture me. Towards the end of the rant, one of my regulars walked in, and the crazy drunk man left my store. But before he left, he said very loudly, "I'll see you when you close the store, bitch." The customer that walked in stayed with me until the sheriff's office arrived. They took a report and looked at the video footage and noted the car model and what it looked like. I finish my shift, start cleaning and mopping. I notice a car pull into the lot but stay at the far end, running, but lights off, so I keep on mopping, not paying no mind to the car. I go take the trash out, lock the door behind me, and realize the car is still there, and I could see that it was the tuxedo man from earlier in the evening. About to piss my pants, I threw the garbage onto the dumpster and literally ran to the store, unlocked it, ran inside and locked out again. I went to the back and got the phone and called the sheriff's office and told him the guy was outside with his car running. They were there within mere minutes. I stood in the store watching them approach his car, get him out of the car and slap the cuffs on him. He told the police that he was mad at me and gonna take care of me. They searched his car and found duct tape, zip ties, a loaded gun, and a shovel. The police told me he was beyond drunk, 2 times the legal limit. I was scared for weeks. After that, the manager made sure there were 2 people on at all times. I don't know what happened to him after his arrest. So, crazy drunk tuxedo wearing man, I definitely don't want to meet you again. This happened during my I'm invisible stage, probably 17 years old. I grew up in a bad part of the city, the part where murder occurs on a daily basis. There may have been 10 different gangs within a 2-mile radius, so we had to be very alert as drive-bys were common. A few of my friends had been convicted of murder. Some were murdered. I was fortunate my parents kept me shielded. Anyway, enough of the preface. There was a dance my girlfriend invited me to at her school. It was located in the heart of one of the most notorious gangs in America. I lived a few miles away in a different gang territory. I looked like your typical banger back then, shaved head, Dickies pants, and your puffy coat. If I wasn't so naive, you wouldn't catch me dead over there, but nothing's going to happen, not me. I'll fuck them up. So me and a few friends strolled in at 7 p.m. No sign of bangers anywhere. I told myself, see, nothing to worry about. I dropped my guard, started having a good time, and then it happened. I saw movement to my right, 6 guys walking toward me and my friends. All bald, tattooed faces, all mean-looking motherfuckers, burning a hole in my face with their stare. They're in my face in 10 seconds. The biggest one walks up to me, an inch away from my face, and says something in Spanish. He says it calmly, which creeped me the fuck out. I don't speak Spanish. Shit, I know I'm being checked. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish. He looks at me long and hard. I thought I was going to get stabbed right then and there, I begin planning my escape. But shit, if I leave, then my friends are dead. Can't run out. Only me and my cousin can fight. My other friends aren't fighters. Plus, there's 6 assassin-looking motherfuckers surrounding us. Can't win toe-to-toe. I settled on diplomacy. Can't look afraid, even though I'm beginning to. But can't seem to look too tough either, or I'll risk being killed. Finally, after 10 seconds, he waves over a buddy and whispers in his ear. That guy turns to me and says, "What is you?" I said, "Nothing, I'm just here to enjoy the dance. I'm neutral." They proceed with their regular check. They pull my coat off, hold my arms, and lift up my shirt. Nothing. "Where are you from?" "Fuck. Don't say." "I'm from the suburbs, about 25 miles from Chicago." It worked. He questions me about my friend, saying he's wearing rival gang colors. I told him that he's from the suburbs too, and we're brothers. The coat was a gift from our mom. Technically, it wasn't the colors of the gang he was accusing us of being in. I pointed that out. "Look, I don't want any trouble. I could just leave. I really just wanted to have a nice time with my girlfriend." The interrupter leans into the guy for direction and then turns back to me. He says, "Leave now before he fucking kills you." I look at the leader dead in his eye and nod and semi-bow, thanking him. All of them escort us outside. To my death, I thought, away from witnesses. I want to make a run for it, but I can't. My friends will die, be shot for sure. Fuck! As we exit, they stop surrounding us and make a half circle, letting us leave. The smallest one follows me, talking shit. He stops. I think, why is he gone? Then I feel it. Crack! I see a white flash. He hit me over the head with something multiple times. I turn around, ready to swing, but as I turn, I see, no joke, maybe 20 dudes behind me, all staring us down. I'm helpless. I take the beating. My friends, helpless. 2 leave to get the car ready. The rest stay. I didn't get beat up too bad. I was twice as big as the guy, plus he couldn't punch for shit. After he's done, the leader steps up and says, "Get the fuck out of here before we change our minds." We all walk away. I told them not to run. As soon as we bound the corner, our van is waiting there with the door slip open and the passenger door open. We all jump inside and peel off. I'm not sure why this happened, why I was allowed to get away. I was really fucking lucky. A few years later, that happened to my friend. He was in my neighborhood, being from a rival area. He barely made it out alive. Literally, he was beaten so bad he looked like a burn victim. He got away by dumb luck. I'm grateful I got off with just a warning, never to come back. For the record, I've never been in a gang. Hey guys, thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the Nightmare Army. I'm always looking for new soldiers in my Nightmare Nation. And if you would like to support the Nightmare Army even further, please leave a PayPal donation if you want. So guys, it feels like it's been forever since I talked to everybody. I'm really sorry about that. I had strep throat, my voice sounded like shit. As always, it's a narrator's worst nightmare whenever it has something to do with his throat, voice, etc. But anyways, how's everybody been doing? Has everybody been good? Okay, how's everybody surviving the winter so far? To me, I live in New York, so the winter here is a bit, I don't know, for some reason, ever since I hit my 20s, or around 25, 26, whatever, it just feels like winter just feels warm. Global warming, man. Not good. But anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and just remember, the best ideas always come out of nightmares.